Welcome back to another battle report, folks. As you can see, we're back in the desert for more mid-war. We've got two infantry heavy forces to use today for a change, but there's a good mix of stuff. We'll go over the list in a minute. But first, we're going to be using another one of the experimental missions. This one's Dogfight, so it's a up and down style game. There's not many of them in the current mission set. What's interesting about this is the scattered reserves. This could be really good for the defender. You can imagine coming on into the flank of the enemy. That could be quite nasty. But they have to compete with the deep scattered delayed reserves. So they won't have a lot of tanks on the table to begin with. So they'll have to hold on, but anybody, unless you're in a really, really bad situation, anybody can hold on for 3 turns. So you should hopefully start to get some reserves in from then. So we're going to play this mission. Brian's laid out the deployment zone. We don't yet know who's defending, but we both know which one of us is defending. It's going to be centered around this locality here. That'll be a really good defensive position. You can see it's got a wood on one side, lots of buildings and walls. It's got a good firing position to cover the flank. Some broken ground over here that will need a cross check. And the rest of the table, you can see there's a hill, so there's some cover for the attacker. Cover in the centre, but it's a big bit of open ground. Some buildings here where the attacker can move up through, but there'll be minefields as well. The attacker's probably going to have quite a lot of difficult choices to make. So there's the mission. Something new, something different, Dogfight. We'll show you the list next, and then we'll go on to deployment. So here are the two lists. This is the Africa Corps list first. Now I'm using Iron Cross for the infantry, or for the grenadier formations basically. I don't like the Africa Corps rifle platoon formations. Those platoons are just horrible. They're too weak to hold, too weak to assault, silly little individual mortars and things. Don't like them. I was really pleased to be able to put some proper infantry formations together. So you can see there's a mortar platoon, heavy machine gun platoon, and then 2 7-stand grenadier platoons. They've got 3 Pak 38s. That's as large a formation of, or a unit of Pak 38s you can take in Africa Corps. You can take 4 in Iron Cross, but I've decided, I'm just going to be taking the Corps infantry platoons from Africa Corps. I'm not just going to try and start putting in Pak 40s and things. And then there's 4 Marders. I could have taken 3 and taken armoured cars, but I think I need a bit of extra punch because my tanks are all going to be Panzer IIIs and they are all going to be short barreled. Some of them are modelled as long, but they're all going to be short barreled, so they're only going to be anti-tank 8. And we'll be trying out some new dice here from Dice of War. We'll see if they bring me any luck. And then Brian's list is using Armoured Fist. It's got a tank and an infantry formation. The German list, by the way, is an infantry formation with everything else being in support. So here's, to be honest, it's almost a carbon copy. 2 infantry platoons, mortar platoons, heavy machine gun platoons, 4 6-pounders, and then the tank formation is HQ of 2 grants, 2 platoons of 3 grants, and then a platoon of Crusaders in support, 2 of them with 2-pounders and 1 with a 6-pounder. And once again, there's some Desert Rat dice from Dice of War. Let's see how they roll for Brian. So there's the list, guys. We'll move on to the mission next, and after that, deployment. So we rolled dice. Highest would be the attacker. I rolled a 1 and Brian rolled a 2. So that's probably going to be the flavour for the rest of the game. High scoring game. So I was defending. Just quickly go over the mission again. You can see I've got before minefields because I'm using 100 points, and ambush and deep scattered reserve. So I've got my two Panzer III platoons in the deep scattered reserves. I've got my Marders in ambush. I've got infantry platoon here. They're actually a little bit further forward. They keep sliding off this. And there's the minefield. These coins are marking the centre of the minefield. So it extends out a little bit here and a little bit there. These guys are not in ambush. They're just stuck in behind that objective. Heavy machine guns defending the front of the little township. Infantry platoon in here, plus the company command. Mortars over there. And as I said, these guys in ambush. The objectives, oh by the way, objectives. Brian, I placed mine there, and Brian placed his there. It was quite... Wherever he placed it, I was going to be able to pivot off one to help defend the other. And you've noticed I've positioned myself well in front of the objective, partly because he's put a ranged in marker on it, but also because it's very easy to get pushed off an objective. One failed motivation roll can lose you the game with your whole army still on the table. So Brian, how have you set yourself up?
Yeah, so everything on the table for the Brits, and because we've got the narrow table, it's quite hard to squeeze everything in, certainly with the minefields and sort of the open space here. So basically, I started off with the two big infantry units here. They can push forward and behind the cover of this hill, along with the heavy machine guns to try and get up on that hill and then start moving forward if we can onto that objective. They're going to be supported by initially 3 Grants in the middle here. They can do some smoke, they can obviously use their guns, and I've got a small mortar platoon here which eventually will move into this little courtyard to give a bit more protection. Just to see how it goes on the road, I've put some of my tanks that are going to start on the road. The Crusaders have got a 20-inch move on the road. Now I've got to stop 8 inches back from any infantry, but it allows me to start getting up there really quick, and if I can smoke out his guns there and protect myself, great. I'm just worried where these big guns are going to come out in ambush, but predominantly I'm going to try and push up on that flank, up on the road, and then just keep out an eye for any reserves coming in this corner here, so we'll see how quickly we die.
Right guys, we'll be back after the Brits turn 1. So Brian, as you can see, he's moved up as guys are coming up behind the hill for cover. Those tanks are rushing up the road.
The railway out of the way.
They have dashed. These guys have dashed. These guys have just moved up. They're trying to wind away through the houses, and he's now going to do some shooting. So Brian, you're firing the Grants.
Fire the Grants, the main gun first of all there, so I'm needing 7. So first of all I need to get 6s.
That's because of the range and got the ground.
And got none, so they've not hit yet.
And then the
secondary gun I need 8s.
Yeah, because you need penalty of 1 for
nothing
moving.
there.
No.
So bad. These guys here.
Alright, they have got options in. They're going to shoot.
I think I'm going to go for. I don't think. Yeah, I'm going to try. No, I have to go for the guys in the open.
Right, okay, so 7s again. 2 dice, so.
Oh, right, because no, they moved.
1 dice each.
Oh, strafe, yeah.
Right.
And
then your 37 mils.
Oh, 2 potential, but these need
again,
another
5s.
5s.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Then your artillery.
Artillery. So we'll try range in first go.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
So
you've got 4 underneath that base.
So these are veterans, you need 4s to hit them because you ranged in first time.
So I'll just go first one.
Yep.
First corner, guy behind them, guy here, and then the guy here.
Right, okay, so the guy there rolls a 3, that guy rolls a 2, so firepower to kill him. He's fine.
He's fine.
And then the guy at the back's okay, but they're pinned. So there you go, Brian. So do you want to just sum up your turn there?
Yeah, so I just tried to move forward as quick as I can. For the infantry, dashed on the hillside just to get up behind the hill. The tanks in the middle just on a tactical move so they could fire if they needed to fire. Kept the mortars from artillery shots coming across, as you can see, not done any damage but managed to pin them. this side's where I started to make some movement, so brought the tanks up just to give some protection from the guys here.
That was a dash, eh?
A dash, and then these two tanks just moved the normal move so they could actually then take some shots, and they've done a road dash just to try and get as close as we can to these guns before anything big comes our way.
Okay, over to the Germans then for their turn 1. A turn, no reserves this turn. These guys unpinned, and they never rolled above a 2 to try and range in. Only needed a 3. But the rest of the shooting was good and bad. I popped the marder ambush. Being in the woods, not always a good place to be, but I've got to do something to stop this charge and support this objective. They've fired and managed to get 2 hits on the Grants and managed to kill 2 of them. I used 6s for a bail, and then the anti-tank guns fired down the road, hit 2 of the Crusaders, but only managed to bail them. And as I said, the artillery did nothing. Actually, I forgot, there's one heavy machine gun that can shoot. We'll just do that off camera. So, game on, he knows where my main anti-tank assets are now, so he can do something about that in a number of ways, so we'll see what the Brits do. Right, Brian, you're going to do some more shooting? And
yeah, so I've already ranged in across here, so I may as well just keep going with the artillery on here. So I'll just go again, front guy here, hitting on a 4, back guy, nope, this guy here, yes, and that's 4 hits then.
hold on a second, I've not got my dice. Right, front corner is firepower.
So firepower,
He's away.
he's away,
Further corner firepower.
he's away,
And the next one, 3 failed save, that's ridiculous.
he's away. Oh, a nice one.
They have rolled 6 dice in the last turn and never got above a 2. To be honest, they were going to be no much use in this game, I fear.
Right, so what else am I going to start shooting at then? So I've moved up my tanks enough just so they can keep on firing at the moment. So the 2 tanks in the middle here, I've got a 6. I can do artillery and I can do straight shooting.
No, that's £6, £2 or £6.
Ah, right, okay then. So may as well go for. You can actually see the guys in here. I know you're in foxholes.
That guy, you can.
The one at the end here can. Yeah, may as well have a pop at him.
Now, maybe he's got a penalty of 1 for moving,
Yeah.
because it's £6, so he'll need 6s, he'll need 5s because that opened fire.
Right. So 1 for 6s and 1 for 5s. Good shoot, right? Good shooting. Guys, the tanks here can move up as well. They've moved, so may as well take shots at the guys in the
7s.
so yep. So I'll just roll 2 dice together.
And then the 37 mils.
Yeah,
in
8s. So 1 potential. Nope. And then these guys here are probably going to just go for the same unit in the hill as well. So use the 3s.
Check your range on them,
Aye.
because they're only 24.
They're only 24. I've not got my big Shermans. So
Yep, 1.
he can hit that base. He can hit that base.
So that guy in the end is going to be,
He's getting all.
fingers crossed.
He's getting all shots. So the one's needing 7s first of all. So the 1 potential, which he doesn't make, and then the one's needing 8s because of the secondary gun. 1 potential. No. Good shooting from the tanks. So that's me then. So I've got some machine guns up here now.
So they blitzed up.
They blitz so they can fire the machine guns.
He's only been able to get 3 past the edge of this minefield. Next time he's going to try and lift that minefield.
Vickers machine gun.
So that's going to be 18 dice, looking for 6s.
4, 5, 6. I'm just going to roll these 6 at a time. Needing 6s to hit you.
Yeah.
So there's 2. There's 3. There's 4. 4 into the unit just in front of you
Who
there.
you want to hit?
Company command. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
So I'll put them dice so we just say we're going for.
Or I'm just deciding if I want to.
That's what I'm aiming for.
He's going to be too close to shift off, so he's got to take it. I'll try and just take it off the commander just to try and keep him in the middle. Gets a 4, so I'll put it on to this guy here. Here's another felt. It's okay, it's okay, and he's okay.
Right, so we've got 4 in that.
Right, so your mortars, have they fired yet?
They haven't.
They were.
Oh, they did. The motors,
they did,
took out that yet, yeah. So
Of course, yeah.
yeah.
Right, so what else happened that turn, Brian?
So basically, everything moved up, but I'd lost I started the turn, I had to make a motivation test. These have got the rule where they've got a last stand fighting the other day, so they ran away in a 5+. So they ran, the last remaining tank. But these, one got back in, one didn't get back in, so he got left behind just to move some of the tanks up. But still within 6 of my company commander, so they're in command range. So Student commander, so just trying to move up and see what's going to come my way next. But out the way your guns.
Okay, over to German turn 2. So there's not a lot of movement for the Germans other than one mortar leaving town. So I'm just going to go straight on to shooting. The Pact 38s are going to try and kill the Pact Crusader, and they hit it 4 times, so it'll be straight to firepower.
Yeah.
And 2 fail, so it's dead. And 2 passes, sorry. And then over here, I'm going to fire. These guys, I think I'll keep them on the ground just now. I'm going to fire the heavy machine guns. It's a bit awkward, but see if I'm in short range at all. Leave the dodgy camera work, folks.
How many do you think?
I think there's probably one base in short range, and the rest will be at long. You get, because you're behind the crest of the hill, you'll get concealment. So I'll need 5s, because are they cautious?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that one got 1, 2, 3 anyway, and the other ones will need 6s in. So it's 3, still 3, still 3. Right. 3 saves, and I reckon I can probably only get him.
Everything on him then?
Him there, yeah.
Where we chap? Here we go. Ready to see this then?
There you go, he's away. Because he's not had a chance to dig in yet. And then other firing, I'm going to use my marders in this wood to have a go at them. They'll be at long range. However, one of them, right, from my line of sight from these marders, one of those bases, see if I can show you, they'll be in the open. So I'll do him first. He gets a 6 and a 2, so that's 1 hit. The other ones, only 6s, so that's 2. So 2 saves. So
2 saves on the guy at the end.
no, 2 saves altogether.
There's the guy in the end.
He gets a 6 and a 4, so they're fine. Though I think that's probably then pinned. Yep. So the guy had to make 3 saves. Yep. So that's him pinned. So the question is, do I fire or stay on the ground? I think I stay on the ground with the other guys. I don't think there's anybody else who can really do any shooting. So in my turn, I basically ran my surviving mortar away, rolled a 2. The guys that need a 3 up to do anything, and they never roll above a 2. And in his shooting, I've killed that Crusader and killed a heavy machine gun. It's not very much. So over to turn 3, and I can at least start to roll for reserves next turn.
Okay, so the end of this turn was again keep moving up the table. So the 6 pounds have only got a 4-inch move rate, so they just keep slogging up here, trying to get to cover in here. But I've moved my tanks up out of line of sight of his big guns. I've kept 2 facing this side just in case, you know, when something does come on the table here, I don't want to be hitting the side. But with the 5 remaining tanks, I've just tried to shoot into the small little village here, but nothing killed at the moment. So I tried to range in with the mortars, managed to range in the first attempt, but again nothing killed with the mortars. They are pinned, but I'm now ranged in, so hopefully I can start taking away his heavy machine guns next turn. But it's all about keeping out of line of sight of the big guns here. Across on the hill, I've dug in my two of the machine guns and just moved them up to the crest of the hill just to try and get some shots. They've opened up with 3 shots each but never managed to do any damage. The middle platoon tried to lift the minefield, failed to lift the minefield, so the guys at the back have just dug in, gone to the ground waiting for the minefield to clear so they can come over that hill. So movement, but no, nothing killed this turn.
Right, so the Germans got the reserves, and the scattered reserves are rolled a 3 anyway on the back edge, so I brought them over here. That's a dangerous. The Ghoul looks like a good place to bring them, but the anti-tank 8 against front armour 5, and it's a bit of a trap as well. You can only come out this way or that way, so I've brought them on here. I'm going to do some shooting just now. The heavy machine guns all unpinned, so they're going to shoot up at the guys on the hill that are visible to them. So they'll need 6s because of the range. That's 3 so far. Still 3. Oh dear. 7. So I'll put 4 on that one, 3 on that one, 4 on that one. It's up to you if you want to try and swap.
No, it doesn't matter. I'll go for that.
Right, so
I've got one with 4 saves.
on here. So he's saved.
And the one with 3 saves.
He's a goner.
He's away.
Right. And then other
Oh,
shoot.
they've dug in, gone to ground.
That was the guy who was
That was the moved. Yeah, that's the guy that moved. Ah, drat you.
Right, and then over here, the Marders, I reckon only one of them can see the guy in the open. So his 6s, nope, they're on the 6s actually, but they can only see him because of everything else is on the hill. So 2, 4, 6. 6 dice looking for 6s, 2 hits, so he's got to make 2 saves. This guy doesn't fail, that's made millions of saves. Right, the guys are out of range, they fired. These guys are just standing still, they're not going to shoot, they've got to really stay on the ground. These guys are not really got anything that they can shoot at if I fired them. No, I've not fired them yet.
You haven't, no.
Right, okay, so all the guys are eligible and they're all going to be 6s to hit. I don't think they're in, oh no, wait a minute, one of them's in short range, right? Gets 1 hit, short range, just 1 hit. So I'm going to try and put it on to this guy here.
Yeah,
try and swap
that's fine, I'll go for it.
It's fine. Right, okay, so that's it for me. These guys moved on. Still trying to kill heavy machine guns, not having any luck whatsoever. So over to Brian now for his turn 4. Right, going to start shooting then, Brian, with your arty.
So I'm going to start at this end. So first roll,
Nope.
second roll,
Nope.
third roll,
Yep.
and now because I'm out of range then, do you fail a save?
Right, 5 power on him.
6, 1 away.
1 gone. Now there's loads of infantry as well. This one here.
Yep.
Roll 2 is fine. Next one.
Nope.
Next one.
Yep.
5 power. Could be nice if you feel the 5 power, Brian. Next one.
Nope.
Next one.
Nope.
Okay. So you're going to start clobbering them with the grants as well.
Now the grants now coming in as well. So I don't know if I've just bought myself a line of sight for the guys coming out in machine guns.
That can have a, well, the loopholes.
Yeah.
You haven't got the guy at the end.
Right. So 2 shots then. One
Well, that'll be coming from,
one from this guy and one from that guy.
I would say, whoops, his turret isn't going to be able to shoot. That one can. So 2 main guns. That's
Is that cocked there?
it's up to you.
Oh,
Right, he's saved, and then 1 from the 37mm. That will not do it, no.
guys at the back,
Right, so he moved, so that will be 7s.
just the 1 shot.
Yeah,
And
and another guy on 6s. Nope.
Nope.
And then these here, you can get 3 main guns looking for 6s.
Nope.
Nope. And then 7s. Nope.
Nope. So all that shooting and 1 base killed from the tanks anyway and the mortars.
Well, you killed 2 bases.
2
That's-
bases.
They're not that big platoons, you know. Right, these guys unpinned, so you can clobber here. We'll be looking for 6s again.
Sixes again, 12 shots, because there's 3 guns in there. 2 guns in there, 12 shots. Needing sixes?
Yeah.
Yeah, one.
And the nearest guy, or?
Yeah, go for it.
And he rolls a 1.
Nope. And everything else is because these guys had actually moved and cleared the minefield, as you can see. So that's the end of my...
So it's, and your turn then, Brian, you moved them up?
Moved the guns up.
Tanks up.
Tanks up. They're all contesting now this within 8 inches of this objective. Try just to shoot what I can along with artillery, just to try and clear the infantry out here, because all these guns seem to be concentrating in that corner. Move my guns up here. If they can get in here next turn, it's just a bit of protection, any tanks coming in here. And then infantry now is going to have to start moving after I cleared that minefield.
Yeah, you've got a minefield this
There's
time.
a big gap now to come through and hopefully do some damage.
Right, over to German turn 4. So German turn 4, I didn't get reserves this turn, which means my 1 remaining platoon will arrive next turn. The Panzer IIIs, I've decided to move them here. The Marders did a blitz move so that they could try cross-checking through the wood, and they made it okay. One's still in. I want to keep them still to shoot at heavy machine guns. Them plus the anti-tank guns all fired, plus one of the heavy machine guns. I only managed to kill one, but at least there's one dead. The other 2 heavy machine guns decided they're in range. They decided to have a go at the mortars. Didn't get any 6s to hit. So that's pretty much it for the Germans. I've got to get my remaining tanks in and then go on the counter-offensive.
Do you want to watch the roll and we'll see if the guy stays?
So this is the, first of all, unpinning. He gets a 1.
Which doesn't.
And then staying, he gets a 2.
And he's too far away from the company commander, I would have thought.
It's not within 6.
So he's away.
So he's away. So it's over to Germans now for their turn 5. Germans, British.
Right, so this time, basically the infantry's just dug in the hill here now. There's too many machine guns at the moment and I need to soften them up a little bit before I do a charge over that hill. But I continued the bombardment into the little village here, and through a mixture of bombardment and some guns from the tanks, I managed to take out a...
Yeah, one mortar killed a heavy machine gun and one of those tanks killed a heavy machine gun.
So he's got one left, so we'll see if he runs. The rest of the tanks at the back here tried to shoot but there was no damage. I took a bit of a gamble. I moved my 3 tanks out here to try and shoot the Panzer IIIs. I made 2 hits, but you made your saves on those, so...
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, I could be in trouble coming back, we'll see, because there's something definitely coming on the table this turn, your Panzer IVs, but...
3s.
Panzer III, sorry, yeah. So I'm hoping the machine gun runs.
He rolls a 4.
And stays.
So he's staying, because he didn't have an that was an unpinning check. Got to get in the right order. And then he stays a 5, so he'll get another couple of shots off it. Nobody. He's not actually in line of sight of anyone.
I just forgot to mention as well, I've moved these guns up here now just to protect anything that does come on this table edge. Anything coming through here now has got the 6-pounders staring down the barrel.
So German turn 6 or 5. I think it's 5 actually. They got the last reserves in, and they came in over in the corner. So basically Brian stuck his nose out to try and kill these, and he was really unlucky. It was 2. I think he probably should have at least killed one, maybe bailed one. So the guys blitzed out into a position to shoot. The Marders blitzed out of the wood and then took a move. Well, they blitzed and then moved so they could get into tactical range of shooting. And then these Panzer IIIs that came in from the reserve in the corner moved up onto hull down on the ridge. These guys also about face, so they had to move to do it because they had line of sight through there. And in the shooting, there's a hell of a lot of shooting going on, but there's enough dead tanks, but not as many as there could have been. The Panzer IIIs got lots of hits. They would have needed terrible dice rolls to kill them, but they never got them. The Marders got 2 hits and straight to firepower, so that was the end of 2 grants. And then these guys fired, got 2 hits, killed 1, bailed 1. There was no other shooting to be done. Now, I've moved as much as possible out of this template. No point in staying there, including the heavy machine gun. I mean, he's probably going to run away, but might as well try and keep him alive. He had no targets anyway. So Brian's got a couple of tests to make. Where do you want to start?
We'll start with the Grant then. So he's got a last stance. There's only a 5 up to stay on the table. And so he's away. And I'm going to try and get him back in his tank first of all. So the Crusader has got it's just a 4 to get back in. Which he gets back in. And this is decided to stay. Again, we're going to turn to 5.
Yep.
Which he makes. So he's staying on the table. And this Grant's made a run for it.
And by the way, the guys shooted and scooted back the way with a view to supporting this objective if required. So over to British turn 6, I think it is.
Right, so limited but courageous movement from the Brits. So this lone guy, in case he's going to run away, he's got a 14-inch tactical move. So he's coming in behind the Panzer IIIs and managed to bail one out. One of the Grants stayed put, so he was still contesting that objective where the game would have been over. But the other one's moved forward to take some shots at the pack. At the
Pack 38.
Pack 38s, but failed to do any damage. The main thing was on the crest of the hill or the sand dune. So I opened up with a bombardment from the mortars and managed to pin the infantry, and then I assaulted in and I managed to kill 3 bases.
Yeah, unfortunately I lost 3 guys and 3 hits in counterfire. Failed 3 saves, and then you killed all the bases you were in contact with, because the British infantry have got super duper powers in assault. But then there's no reason for me to stay in assault, so I just broke off.
So I've just continued moving forward because we want to see how the assaults go in this game as well. I don't think we've played the game yet. We've really had infantry, so we're trying how the assaults move with the British Bulldog tactics and things like that. So courageous, might end the game next turn, but let's go for a fight.
It is for the Germans, I can't quite remember. The Panzer III's moved up, the Marders have started to move up as well. One got stuck in the wood. The other Panzer III's there stayed to shoot at the Crusader. And so as far as that goes, they hit it loads of times. Only actually failed twice, failed by firepower twice, but those double bales resulted in it running away. My heavy machine gun legged it as well, by the way, even with a reroll. So over here it was just loads of shooting and we got them down to 3 bases. So he's not having to motivate. I could have launched an assault, but why bother? He's got to come and get me. If he doesn't, I'll get him next turn anyway, because just everything's over here now. And oh, by the way, the Crusader leaving meant his tank formation was down to 1 unit at company HQ, so it left. So, don't know, Brian, do you want to try and launch an assault there? Or?
Well, I'm going to try and at least kill that unit with some mortars first of all.
Okay, well we'll come back after that and see how it goes. So folks, we're going to call it there and do a wrap up. First of all, big thanks again to Adam at Dice of War for sending the Africa Corps and Desert Rat dice. They rolled well enough. We had some good rolls and some bad rolls, but not too much of one or not enough of the other. So thanks again, Adam. Yeah. We'll be putting him to good use. So Brian, you ranged in over here with your mortars. You couldn't get too close because of your own guys. Got a few hits, but
you made your save, so it was game over at that point.
Yeah,
there's too many machine guns to charge in that lot.
It would have been counterfire from all of this, so there's no point in doing it. So as far as the game outcome goes, the Germans lost 2 platoons, excuse me, lost heavy machine guns and they lost mortars.
They've lost the entire formation, so 3 platoons. And the HQ, so 4 platoons.
Yeah, well, it's really just for working at the victory point. I think that's what, 6-3 or something. Yeah. I think it's a 6-3. But just to wrap up, I think it was always going to be tricky attacking with infantry. I think maybe like you were having fun killing things with your mortars, but there was a time maybe where you needed just put 1 smoke barrage down and then dash, or even maybe try it with tanks. And also, I think your tank should have had some tanks up here so that you could get up and hold down, maybe with Grants, hard to hit.
Yeah, it might be an idea.
You could have stood a chance even against Marders if you're hard to hit. and you could possibly like shooting, to a degree do some shooting and scouting as well, because they were kind of split in two.
Yeah, and I suppose before I've always concentrated on one side and just gone for a full charge up one side. I probably should have gone up here and put everything on this side of the table one this way, because you can only pop one ambush here, and I think I could be quick enough to maybe have got rid of that.
It's quite an exposed position, yeah.
Yeah, to go for that. When these guys, it's taken 6-7 turns and they've just reached where they want to be to start shooting something, and you came in out of range, so absolutely useless for a defence point of view. But it was an enjoyable game. Just trying different types of models still, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Trying to get used to these lists, because obviously we play late war more often. It's just seeing how the mid war lists work. It's
late
different.
war, you can bring something along that you can rely on to stay alive and dish out the damage, but in this, you can't. You've not got that. Well, there are those kind of tanks, but we're not using them.
But on the plus side, I don't have stabilisers, so I can still move and shoot with relative ease.
Apart from your wee 37 mils, they've still got a penalty, and the 6-pounder Crusader, they've still got a penalty. But you've seen that Crusader that survived, it shot right past those tanks and got shots in at the side. Makes you think, do you even need 6-pounder Crusaders? If you can keep them alive, like maybe with a smoke barrage, you maybe just need 2-pounder Crusaders and get in behind things.
Yeah, just use that to 14-inch, tactical move, 14-inch and still fire.
Because the 6-pounder is at a penalty if it moves, whereas the 2-pounders don't. Yeah. And today I just brought ordinary Panzer IIIs. And I thought, I've got Marders to do the heavy hitting for anti-tank, Panzer IIIs to do the more sort of general tank work, like slogging it out or just holding ground or shooting up infantry. And there's no necessarily any need, if you've got anti-tank, to back them up, of actually spending any points on upgrading them. Just keep them as the short 50s.
I think what I've learned from this game, even though it's not from the German side, is I've got to swap out my normal DAC to the sort of larger grenadier platoons. That would have been, if that had been a normal DAC from the the smaller, they would have run, because not enough bases here. So you've got to take the larger grenadier from the, is it the Iron Crossbook?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
It just means you've got a proper infantry force, as opposed to the German equivalent of a motor platoon. A motor platoon, you wouldn't choose that if you had the choice. A German grenadier platoon is much more durable.
I think one thing that missed on the British side was maybe for 2 points a wee team of universal carriers. But when infantry and that scoot round the side and then get out, and then you can maybe get in there.
Possibly even redeploying the 6-pounders. I thought as well about, for this list, of taking one less Marder and taking 2 platoons of armoured cars. Because if I was going to attack this, I'd be thinking, holy smoke, where's his ambush going to be? And you push a platoon of armoured cars up into the danger zone, force them to either use that ambush position or lose it. You might lose your armoured cars, but it's much better that than losing a very expensive platoon of mediums. And they would have been handy in this game too, for dealing with those infantry. I could have crept them up and started getting in close in about the infantry, started to shoot them up in the same way as you can with like universal carriers. They can be used against infantry.
But we'll keep going at this. We're now starting to build a collection of models, and when I get the rest of mine on the table as well, we shall have a nice little...
Yeah, get some more options.
Yeah.
I've still got some things I want to paint, but most of them are, for the near future anyway, they're painted. But anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one.